today we're going to look a little bit more at technical trading, but let's just go back to the start menu and make sure everyone knows how to get here from the main menu. As you can see, I've just brought up the main menu, and where we're coming in is this link here, the Grand Exchange. Today we're going to look at GRAC. So to get it straight away, I'm putting quotes around the text, as you can see here. Okay, so let's just have a look at this. What I'm particularly interested in today is looking at technical analysis. So first of all, I'm going to bring up the 30-day average for the result. Now before we get into the whole graph, let's just have a look down here. You can see we started off, let's just remind ourselves, the yellow is the daily average, so this is the average sales price. So on that day maybe there was some sales above and below that line, although because it's flat, that's the maximum that it sold on that day. The 20-day average is the orange, and the 5-day is the peach coloured line, I guess. Okay, the normal rule that I'd say for deciding whether or not you should be buying or selling is if the daily average crosses the longer term average, in this case the 5-day average, then it's a sell, otherwise it's a buy. So the price is going up here, and you can see it flattens out. The reason it flattens out is because of the price limit that Runescape sets, that Jagged sets, and you can see here that the 5-day average did not catch it, so it's still a buy. So if I'm here on the 5th of May, I'd still have a buy. You can see the price has climbed up again, and the 5-day average did not catch it again, so we go up again, and so on. Now from a technical point of view, right up until here it's still a buy, and even though it dropped off here, it's not until we get the cross here that we actually get a sell signal. So once this turned here, yeah, you certainly would be thinking about it, but it's not until it actually crosses, from a technical point of view, that it becomes a sell. Now you can see here that's exactly what people have done, is that they basically have bailed out and started to sell like crazy. Now as it comes down, what happens here? You can see here that the short-term average is just crossed over the longest term average, the 20-day average, which indicates that now is more likely to be a buy than a sell, but it doesn't. It keeps going down. So then if we look at these two averages, you see the daily average doesn't actually catch up until doesn't catch the 5-day average until it gets to here. Now see, when it crosses, that's our next buy signal. Now you can see here it's coming up again, it's coming up. Right now, 31st of May, the 5-day average is still below the daily average, and it's above the 20. So right now I'm predicting that price will continue to go up until it crosses the 20-day average. So there we have it. That's the GRAC. But what is the Grack fur used for? It's obviously used by players. So people take the pouches and they turn them into, so they take the fur and they turn it into pouches. You can see here pretty well there was the same result on the pouches. Once again we had a crossover there. Price has been going down. Price is now starting to go up. It'll probably go up from 11.5k to about 13.8, something like that. So that'll come up a bit, but it's no longer that skyrocketing price that we saw before. Okay, now let's have a look at a few more. The one that I got in the other week was, particularly when there's a brand new item released like the blood tallies, there's such a short supply of them. Now I think they've actually gone past their yep, they have. There was such a short supply of them that everybody wanted one. I can't remember what price I bought at, but you can see here, same thing, we've got an item that is basically in demand by players where there's not enough supply. So this will happen often when there's a new item released. It's not as likely to happen on an item that is already currently being used heavily. So here you can see that the 5-day average is below the daily average. Each day it's hitting its maximum, and maximum again. See here, it doesn't quite touch, so it's still a buy. And then finally we get to here, we're starting to say, yeah, maybe it's time to start looking at it differently. And then sure enough it crosses. You can see here it doesn't cross again. I'm not going to even worry about that long-term signal because it's still going down. And right now it looks like the price of blood tallies is going to continue to go down because it still hasn't crossed. So if you still had blood tallies, I would be saying that is a strong sell signal right now, unless of course you happen to just have one for your own personal use, in which case as long as you didn't buy up the top of the market you're fine. Even if you do have one, chances are you could sell one now and then buy it back at a lower price. There we have it, there's a wrap for today.